We're going live. And we are live. Hello, friends. Marv, I'm so happy to have you here on the channel. And guys, I met Marv, was it 2 weeks ago?
Was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Can't
I don't
remember.
know. It doesn't matter. We met like a few days ago in Birmingham, and we had a marvelous time.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and so I'm so happy that we're here now. And so, Ma, for the friend that don't know us, let's just wait. If I was checking it to see if yeah, we live. That's fine. So for the friend that don't know you, do you mind to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you're doing here on YouTube land?
Thank you. Thanks for asking me, Jase. It's lovely to be with you on your channel. Awesome to hang out with you in person IRL a few weeks ago, coming to my fair city, Birmingham.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm 54, Birmingham born and bred, Birmingham, England, UK. So it is what they call the second capital of England. So it's the biggest city outside of London, 1.3 million inhabitants. So I'm born and bred, Jamaican parentage, and my main job, I have all sorts of different jobs basically, but I'm a journalist, and I've been a journalist for 23 years. This year will mark 23 years since I qualified as a journalist. So I used to be a reporter, producer, presenter of local news here in Birmingham in the West Midlands. So going out to court cases and then interviewing the head of the murder investigation team of the local police force.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? And then the next day I might be interviewing a celebrity who's doing a play, a local play in the local theatre. All sorts of different things I would do. And then let's think, a few years after honing my skills as a reporter, I moved on to be a presenter, and I went to work for a rolling news channel called Sky News and some other news channels. So now I am mainly a news presenter, television news presenter. And I do a lot of that in London on breakfast television, and I do other sorts of things as well. I'm lucky enough to host events, lots of female focused events, award ceremonies, conferences. I'm asked to be a keynote speaker about my experiences abroad in broadcasting. I'm also a beer sommelier, which is an
Yes.
expert in
Wow.
beer. Craft beer is my
Wow.
thing.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's crazy, right?
Yes.
And I think I'm probably, I think the records say I'm one of the first Black female beer sommeliers
Okay.
in the UK. So I qualified in about 2012. So I have fun with that. It's not like a real job as such, but I often get asked on TV shows here in the UK to talk about beer, to do live beer tastings, and I'm a bit of a evangelist. I love the flavors of real ales and craft beers and lagers and Belgian beers and all that thing.
Then I have a question for you. That was
Yeah.
not in the plan, but like
Mm.
I was in Dublin last week,
Oh
or maybe 2 weeks
wow.
ago. I don't know
Yeah.
when I was in Dublin last week. And then the strange thing is, I tested the Guinness because you can't go to Dublin without, having Guinness. But it was strange. It was very light. I had 2 pints. Guys, don't judge, okay? I had
You said it was light. This is really interesting. You said you
very
use the word
light.
light for the Guinness.
I
Hmm.
know because the Guinness is bitter. Wherever I drink it, whether it's in Africa, France, wherever, Guinness is very strong taste.
Mm.
It has a tone. This one was so light. I drink it
Mm.
like water. And the guy in the sorry guys, and the guys
Good for
inside the
you.
pub was like, you need to have 9 of them before you can feel it. I'm like, but I was okay after two. Yeah. It was very light. It was very interesting, very nice, but so soft, light. That's
Yeah.
strange, but they told me it depends on where it's done. Eh, I don't know.
It's very interesting. Guinness, I'm trying to be diplomatic. Personally, for my personal taste, I am not a fan of Guinness. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the history
Yeah.
and, the heritage of the beer and how there are millions of fans of it around the world. It's a particular style of beer that for me has that kind of burnt flavor from the roasted malts, right? And the kind of lack of sweetness.
Yeah.
Those flavors are not what my palate likes. So,
Okay.
yeah, everybody has their own opinions about, oh, you should have it in Dublin. It tastes different in Dublin. I don't think it tastes any different in Dublin than if you drunk it in Birmingham or Aberdeen. But again, maybe the fact that it's not my palate really colours my view a little bit. I prefer a stout that is the similar style to Guinness, but that often some breweries will barrel age that beer, the Guinness type
Yeah.
beer. They will put it in a barrel that might be a wine barrel, a Shiraz barrel, or a whiskey barrel, or a bourbon barrel, and they will age
Oh,
that. They will
yes.
age that then for maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years, so
Yeah.
that then it absorbs that lovely
The
liqueur like
exactly. Yeah.
quality of that spirit or that stronger wine. And then often they might then add some adjuncts. They might add um, some vanilla or some coconut, and give the flavor just a richness and a depth and a strength that is more my taste. So I like imperial Russian stouts, those kind of beers that are similar to Guinness, but have an extra added depth and complexity brewed into it.
Wow. Guys, did you hear? Marv, we have a few friends here.
Hi,
So,
yes, I want to say hello
yeah,
to everybody.
yeah, welcome to Tea with Jase. Let me just put our friends on the screen. So we have
Yeah,
Pernia.
but
Hey, Pernia.
yeah.
We have my good friend Celia.
Hey,
Hey, guys.
Celia.
That's my husband. Hey,
Hey,
hey.
Tawana. Hi.
It's Serge. And so we have, okay. I think some.
Trekking with Deb and Mike.
Yeah, I love
Hi.
Deb and Mike. Hey, Deb and Mike, I had a video about you one morning on the channel.
Oh,
Yeah, on Saturday,
oh.
I talk about a fellow traveler.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Oh, I'm
Hey,
going to check that out.
Nicole. Hey.
And
Oh, my good
Nicole.
friend Nicole here. So, guys, thank you and welcome to the Tea with Jers. And,
Thanks for
you
joining.
know, we were just like, Marv just told us how she likes drinks, and I have to try that. I'm not
Yeah,
a big
I'll
drink,
recommend.
I'm not a big like beer drinker. I'm
Hmm.
like more like wine, but I enjoy a little bit of a beer here and there.
Great. I'll recommend a really good flavoursome stout, the likes of which I just described, for
Okay.
you to try. Yeah.
Excellent. So
Mhm.
let's now go to one of you on your channel, right? Midlife with Marv, right? You really speak about rebranding ourselves and finding yourself again in your 50s, right?
Yeah.
Was it like a catalyst, something that made you realize that it's now time, to move away from old habit and embrace these new
Mm,
chapters? I had
yeah.
so many of your videos that I loved. I was like, oh my goodness, that's me.
Thank you so much. Honestly, that means a lot. And, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start the channel, because a couple of years ago, a friend of mine, Claudia Liza, who's also a TV anchor, or she spent a long time being a TV anchor. And she said to me one day, oh, Marverine, YouTube's really interesting. And I was like, is it? And I think, like most of us, before we started a channel, we
Yeah.
thought, oh, it's for the young ones, it's all for the young people, it's
Same.
all about
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, it's all about
Yeah.
pranks, entertainment, jokers, da,
Absolutely.
da, da.
Yeah.
Where could I be? And I was inspired by, I think we've all seen, Rob the Maritimer, who is lovely, who I
Yeah.
class as a friend of mine who's been very kind to me on my YouTube journey, and Alexa. Saw them and their videos about being a YouTuber over 40, and my brain and what Claudia Liza said just went ding, 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 ding. Ooh. And I was thinking, what do I talk about? And I just thought that what's happened to me through my life and various career changes and my decisions over my years to rebrand effectively and reinvent and still survive and thrive, right? I thought, well, why don't I start talking about those things to see if they will help inspire other people?
Yeah.
Because friends and colleagues, associates, people I would meet through my line of work, and when I used to go out, when I would go out and host events, they would go, but wow, how do you do that? They would say to me, they were inspired by me and what I've done. So I just thought, well, maybe I start talking about these things and offer a few tips and a bit of advice and my philosophy on life, which is do it now. Don't wait.
Yeah. Ah,
I thought if I do
exactly.
that, maybe other people might be inspired, and that's all I'm looking to do. Really, kind of share a bit about how I've done things and how one life, you know.
Absolutely. I actually want to jump onto something. Do you think that the fact that you've been on television for so long has prepared you to be on YouTube? Because YouTube,
You know, so many people ask me this, Jase, and I'm going to be really honest. I don't think so.
no?
Um, I'm I found it really hard to be myself on camera, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's interesting.
for
I would
YouTube.
thought that
Yeah.
you would be, because you used to have the camera pointed at you.
Mm, mm.
Right.
The difference is though, Jace, is that my work has always been in television news, hard news. I'm telling you the depressing stuff of the day,
Hmm.
the geopolitics, someone's been hurt, injured, dreadful things have happened in the world. That's what
Mm,
hits the news agenda.
yeah.
And in Britain in particular, on broadcast news, there is impartiality, that law governs the way that news broadcasters should share stories with people. Impartial. So you have no opinion whatsoever. You give the
Oh,
facts, right? As the
okay.
reporter, as a presenter, you give the facts and the facts alone. And that's what I've done for 23 years. So
Right.
YouTube now
Yeah.
is totally different because it's YouTube, right? So
Eh,
you bring yourself and your opinions and your stance and your attitude and your stories,
yeah.
whereas I've been the person who's told the story or helped other people in difficult
Tell-
situations share
Yeah.
their
Their
story.
stories.
so
Now
i'm
it's
so
all
i'm
about you.
removed back, right? So I'm
Yeah.
removed, exactly.
Yeah.
So I knew, you know how you are with your friends and you sit and you chat and you lavish and you're la 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 la. I had to bring that comfort that I have with my friends onto my channel, and it was so hard. I
It
mean,
is. Yes. I
my
know.
old
I
videos,
know.
I laugh at them. I'm like, oh, cringe, cringe, cringe. I feel in the last few months, because I took a break.
Yeah.
I took a break from last summer up until the beginning of this year. I feel, having come back, I feel like I've finally found my groove.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
I don't
And
know
I
whether
can
viewers think so, but I
no,
hope
I
so.
can see the difference though. I can see the difference because I've connected better with your latest videos. You know,
Thank you.
for some
Yeah.
reason, when you are yourself, when you're
Mm,
able to be yourself, and it's difficult when you are on YouTube and facing a camera and talking to yourself, right? Yeah, definitely. Actually, I want to talk about one of the last video that you did
mm,
because you're so open about the tough moment of being in that
mm,
season, menopause. That's why your channel is Midlife with Marv, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So can you tell us how you stay positive and keep you know
Yeah, it's not always easy.
through it all, because menopause is
Yeah,
something that I think we don't talk enough about, all the challenges
you are so
we go
right.
through.
And in Britain, the conversation around menopause, really, perimenopause and menopause, and the symptoms and the treatments and hormone replacement therapy and so on and so forth, really hasn't been in the public discourse in a big way until only recently. When I say
Yeah.
recently, I mean maybe about 2018-19.
Hmm.
I remember seeing something on BBC Breakfast. An associate of mine, Louise Minchin, who used to be a presenter on BBC Breakfast, they did something like Menopause Week on the BBC, and I was like, "What's that?" And I'm in my late 40s then, not realizing I was in the throes of perimenopause,
Yeah.
because we were just still learning about it. And it's not until I've been looking back now at how I was, and I've recently been telling those stories about the menopause rage and the anxiety and the brain fog, because I've come to kind of work it out, work it out and
Yeah.
go, that's what it was. And
I
this is what
know.
I did, right?
Yeah. A lot of us do, because they talk about, like, you hear about the hot flashes
Mm,
when it comes to menopause. We don't hear so much about perimenopause, and we don't know that it can start years before.
yeah, yeah.
Same. We were like, I thought I was becoming crazy. my husband wouldn't recognize me. We had to have a conversation. We had to go watch videos together to understand
Oh.
that I was going through that because I didn't understand myself. He didn't understand what was going on with me.
Oh,
That was it.
Jace, that's so good that you watched videos together to so that you were both informed. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah, because I had to show him to say this is what's happening to me, okay? And then we watch video from the male perspective and the female perspective as well,
Mm,
so he
mm.
understood that something was going on with me. I was not becoming crazy, but I was
Yeah,
in perimenopause.
yeah, and
So
you do feel like you are. I definitely felt like the story that I tell about. I think it was why did I snap? There was a pivotal moment where I was uh, taking my mom to a hospital appointment, my elderly mom, and I mean, she's elderly, she's disabled. I went la on her. I went completely like a
yeah,
monster. And in that moment, I'm like, who's who's that doing that? Because this is not right. And when you realize that,
yeah,
and then you're forgetting things, and I've had moments where I've not been able to communicate the way I wanted to on air, live on air with my with my colleagues because my
wow,
brain shut down and gone, no, not right now, Marv. I can't bring those words for you. and and also actually in a much more serious fashion, the the rage and the anxiety and the frustration was so fiery that my husband Austin thought I was going to have a stroke.
wow, yeah, yeah,
And I had to
yeah,
take some tough decisions. I think we all have had a moment where we've had to take some tough decisions, and I stepped back from a job I was doing to save myself, to save my sanity.
yeah,
Really
wow.
serious. And I think a lot of us will recognize it in ourselves or recognize something in ourselves, or you might recognize it in a friend or a spouse. And like, if you do, like help your friend or your spouse or your associate or whatever, help them. But also, if you recognize these things in yourself, help yourself.
Absolutely.
Mm,
I actually wanted to ask you, what is the one thing you've discovered about advocacy? You know,
mm,
whether it is regarding health, like HRT or setting boundaries,
mm, mm.
that you think every woman needs to hear.
Oh, stop stop yourself from worrying. I've always been a person who will go, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." And instead of jumping to the worry, I go, okay, this doesn't feel right. What is it? How do I go about finding the facts as to
Mm,
what I feel is not right somewhere in my body? And I've never been the person to go, oh, well, the doctor might think I'm being silly and I don't want to waste their time. And, the doctor in the UK has only got 10 minutes for the appointment. So,
mhm,
and I don't want to. I would rather, and I'm not a hypochondriac, right? Hypochondriac. I'm not the person in the doctors every week going, "Oh, this I got this. What's this?" Right? Because there are
okay.
people like that for whatever reason. But I'm not that person. But if I'm unhappy, I will go. And there's something that I'm in right now where I went to see a doctor before Christmas, and I'm so glad I did because now I'm on a journey of there's a course of treatment that's going to happen for me.
Yeah,
And what if I didn't investigate that? Because potentially, the course of treatment that I'm about to have is preventative because it may stop some other awful things happening, right? So
absolutely.
you
Yeah,
have to just go, if your brain and your body are signaling something feels off with me, I need to see a health professional to check it out. And if that person doesn't really give you the answers that you're looking for, you feel they're not giving you as much information as you need, particularly in this country, you can go and see another doctor. And I've got friends who've done that and gone and
yeah,
got their HRT, their hormone replacement therapy, because their first doctor didn't, give them, didn't tell them enough, didn't know enough.
yeah.
So take control, literally take control. We just must.
Absolutely. It's very important to
Mm.
listen to your body because we usually know, when
Mm,
something is going on.
mm.
Um, Let me come quickly to our friend because we have some messages.
Oh, yeah, I've
So,
got lovely messages.
Pernia, Marv, your last video had an important part that helped me a lot. You said the old Marv would have said, "You can't film today." I did love that video, Pernia.
Yeah, oh,
Exactly.
thank you so
Uh,
much.
do it another day, but you did it because your message was more important. I love that.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That video that I just did, the 6 disgusting habits that I killed in my 50s. Yeah, there are days where I would have gone, oh, the hair's got to be perfect. This, oh,
yeah, yeah,
and then if it isn't, no, I won't film that video today. And I was like, no, this
yeah,
has got to
yeah.
work. And that video's, oh, I'm so excited. It went viral for me. I've never seen
Absolutely.
so many views on it. It's just like,
We have to talk about that video. It's actually in
yeah.
the question because there was so many excellent points in there. Um, so another one from Pernia. So I just
Just
filmed a
filmed.
video immediately after. It
Yes.
was a wonderful insight for me in the moment. Thank you. Wow.
Oh, thank
This is
you.
why when you do YouTube, that this type of messages is what make you feel like this is what I'm why I'm doing this.
So right, so right. Because I don't know about you. I mean, I feel like as a small creator, you're trying so hard on every video, and you're hoping that it's going to
Mm-hmm.
reach anyone really who hears a message and might be helped by it in whatever way, might be inspired, might be encouraged. And it's really weird. You post your video, you have high hopes. I have high hopes all the time, and I post this one last Sunday about the habits that I've killed in my 50s. And for me, Midlife with Marv, I'm aiming for women like us.
Yeah.
But the analytics show that all the stuff in the background was showing that the video was hitting with women between 25 and 35, I think. Literally 100% of the women watching were this age. And I was thinking, gosh, and the comments
Yeah.
touched me so much. There was one lady who said, she disclosed a lot about her health, bless her, which is something else really touches me when people feel that moved. It
Mhm.
was literally like an essay.
Yeah.
Been through some health concerns, and she said, you've just made me motivated me to book to see a therapist,
Wow.
right?
That's
And
much.
thank you so much. And
Yeah.
then another lady said, I wish I'd been able to share your video
With a mom.
with my mother
Yes.
who lived a smaller life, and an unhappy life.
Mm.
And I
Yeah,
was
that
just
comment was yeah.
tears. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That one was
Mm.
yeah. All right. Let me quickly put Nicole message. Nicole is a nurse. She's not
Hi,
a nurse.
Nicole.
So
Nicole. I love
Nicole
Nicole. That's
Nicole
beautiful spelling. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
So check it out. There is help available. Yes, women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
thank you.
that's great. So we actually need to talk about that video, that last video, because I've
Sure.
really, really enjoyed
Thank
it. So
you.
Marv, you spoke about 6 habits,
Yes.
and women are as you say, a lot of women were in the comment, right, sharing
Mm.
because they really resonated with it. Can you share a little bit about what you were talking? You talk about people pleaser. You spoke. The one that hit the most for me was
Yeah.
the comfort over style.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, this
Oh
one.
yeah.
Please tell us about these 6 habits.
Oh yeah.
Please. Yeah.
I mean,
But
it's really interesting because these are the things that, we talk about a lot, and I think we talk about amongst ourselves. And yeah, people pleasing, just saying
yeah,
yes to all sorts of things. And when you've said yes, and in your heart you're like, oh, maybe I've said yes to going out with somebody, and as the days and weeks approach, you're feeling something heavy, and it's
yeah.
because you should have said no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like so over that now. And I don't know whether that's because because as we've grown older and we've had different experiences, and we've learned more, we've got wisdom. We kind of realize now we don't have to say yes to certain things to look good, or to get the experience, or to be in the presence of somebody, just in case an opportunity comes. I think when you go through life, and you've worked in different jobs and so on and so forth, you just know, if I don't want to go, I don't want to go, and maybe some other opportunity will come along in the future. So yeah, there's a lot of no. Because I do you remember the book? Was it Shonda Rhimes? Did I say yes? Was it Shonda Rhimes a few years ago? did the
Oh,
yes, the year of yes. I was like,
okay.
no, I'm not
Mm,
saying yes to everything for a whole year.
yeah, I mean, the year of yes in the sense of saying yes to opportunities,
Yeah.
because saying yes to what is right to you,
Mhm.
for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
But about what you were saying just now, I always feel that being 50, turning 50 was a superpower for me.
Mm.
It comes with age. I
Yeah.
don't know. I tapped into my power because I've been a people pleaser all my life.
Have
Like
you? Oh
always
my
wanted to
gosh.
say yes and help people and didn't want to disappoint, etc.
Mhm.
But when I came, it started at 45, I could feel already like the rebellion.
The
The
rebellion.
son
I
in
love
me. And by 50, my husband was like, I don't recognize you. You've
it.
changed. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, because I was now so comfortable
Mm.
with saying yes to me and no
Mhm.
towards the people.
Mhm.
If he was that, he will, so often you say yes to other people and no to yourself. So
That's it.
I'm like, no, no, I need to be comfortable. If I'd say yes, it means that I'm able to do it. But I'm not going to
Exactly.
push my own boundaries to be able to, make someone else happy.
Great. You're
So
so right. And I'm happy to move things around. I will move things around if I'm not feeling anything, if I'm not feeling to go out somewhere in the end. I'm just kind of like, sorry, really can't. I haven't and I'll be honest, haven't really got the energy. I apologize. Let's do it another time. Particularly if it's
yeah,
a good friend
exactly.
and you do want to see them, but on that particular day, it's not working for you. I have no qualms in just going, can we do this again? And I think there's give and take. If you got a bunch of girlfriends who are a similar age, we all get it, right? Because the
Yeah,
energy levels are lower.
yeah,
Sometimes the
which
fatigue hits you.
yeah,
Literally, we were just talking before we came on the live, weren't
exactly.
we,
That's
Jake?
why I'm
Oh,
laughing.
I had a drink on Friday night, maybe a bit too much, with my husband and another couple, good friends of ours, Faith and Adam. And it's Sunday now, and I still ain't recovered, girl.
Yeah.
I am a mess to right now.
And I was telling Marv that when I was younger, I could go party and have drinks, but nowadays I need a week to recover. So today's Sunday has been 2 days. That's normal. The more we're aging, is like it takes you time to recover.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
something
Oh.
else that you spoke about, what the comfort,
Oh, the
the
clothes. Yeah,
clothes.
yeah.
What I was asking myself, that is there something deeper in that? The fact
Mm.
that the style. I remember crushing my feet into smaller size shoes long
Oh,
time
yeah.
ago. Okay,
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time ago,
Yeah.
because I have bigger feet.
Mm.
And so, do you think that we were really saying yes? I don't know.
Yeah, I
To
think so. Like you, I mean, I've got large feet and they're wide. So they're
yeah.
like size 7, they're wide and they're also flat. So I have
Mhm.
problems finding shoes and I have problems finding shoes all my life. But when I was in the corporate world before becoming a journalist, I would wear the suit. In the 90s, it was the power suit with the skirt and the
Yeah.
this and the little brief. I was literally just a secretary. I was not the
Yeah. Yeah.
lawyer. What was in the briefcase? Maybe my sandwiches and my, my lipstick and a mirror, right? There was nothing, right? There's nothing really big in there. And you'd be like this, and the hair. I really just went to town because I thought that was how you had to be. And
Absolutely. Yeah.
there was a policing then of corporate, women had to dress a certain way if you were a secretary, if you were in the office. And it was kind of that smart, sexy. I did all of that. I also think there was when the pandemic came through and we all were working at home, then a lot of women, obviously we weren't going out in our heels every day, and we were used to our trainers, we were used to our sneakers
Mm-hmm.
and our slippers. And so now I will literally wear slippers to the studio floor when I'm doing my TV job, and then put my shoes on to walk into the studio to the last minute.
Yeah, the pandemic did a lot. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
some,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, some journalist who forgot that he didn't wear his trousers or something and then stood. There was so many things happening.
Yeah,
We got so comfortable at home.
yeah,
But for me,
yeah.
my comfort is more important than, trying to impress or
Without
trying
a doubt,
to
without a doubt.
exactly or wear clothes that we think we need to wear because that's how society is supposed to, because you're in the corporate or whatever. So it's
Yeah,
liberation, it's really freedom when you can you know.
Really is, really
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
And yeah, I literally, like I said, I got 10 pairs of the same trousers. I mean,
yeah.
I used to have, when I was in my 20s, I used to have the flat stomach and I used to show it off, crop tops. It was great, but the flat stomach's gone. It's gone. It's never coming back. And for a few years I was trying to stay in the jeans with the belt and it would just
Yeah,
hurt.
dirty.
I was
I
like,
know, so
why?
uncomfortable.
Why? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I've got these 10 pairs of trousers, and thank goodness I've just turned a corner, and I will maybe do a video about this. There's some stores out there now, some high street stores, just normal names, that are doing some beautiful styles of elasticated waist trousers, and I've been
Mm.
brave, and
Please
I've
do a
bought some,
video. Do a
and they're
video
so
about that
nice. I
and
will.
share, please, the clothes. Yes, because I love elastic. Yes, I love them.
I
It's
will. I
comfortable
will.
when you sit. You're not like you stop breathing because. Oh, please.
Yeah. And why do that to yourself? Because then when you feel like that, then you have no concentration on
Yeah,
anything else. You are
yeah.
going, this
So
just hurts me.
uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So there's a
and I
message
just get
here
a lovely
from.
message from Marie saying no
Yeah,
is amazing.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Marie.
Mary's like saying no is amazing, and we have there's a message from Pernia. When you say yes to things and people, but you actually mean no, you can feel a burning sensation in your soul.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, you know
The
it.
best
You
gift
know
is
it.
saying no to others while saying yes to yourself to protect your peace. I love that.
So right. You can
Oh my
feel
goodness.
it. You feel the dread.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, Marv,
Yeah.
you're actually doing a lot, right? You
Mm.
are still on television, you're doing YouTube, you have a podcast, you're doing coaching. How do you manage all of this together?
I
How do you
don't have
upload
any
all of
hobbies.
this?
I don't have any hobbies. I don't do anything. It's quite it's quite embarrassing actually because my husband, who is a musician, can I just show you this?
Sure.
This office is where we
Wow.
split. We
Okay.
share. Those are my husband's guitars, and those
Okay.
are some posters of his music. So he has hobbies. He makes his music. He does gigs. I would probably say my smallest hobby is I do backing vocals for him when
Oh,
he does a
wow.
gig. So we've got one in a
Okay.
few weeks. But
Okay.
I think the reason I do so much is I don't know. I love this creativity about
Yeah.
YouTube because
Yeah.
I've always been a creative person, but I've mainly been the journalist, or I mentor aspiring broadcasters and journalists, and I do some coaching now where I help female leaders do their best when they step into the spotlight, or they're on camera, or they're on radio.
Okay.
But for me, the creativity around the podcast and YouTube, it's so much fun.
Okay.
I
Would you
just
think it's your
I'm at
hobby
the
then?
laptop going, I suppose it
Yeah.
is my hobby, but it's
Yeah.
a weird hobby. Is it weird? It's
Well,
weird. I'm
I don't
weird.
think that
I don't care.
I think we all between weirds here, okay?
Yes, no, that's
Most of
good.
us
We're
are
all good
here
weird.
on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. Good weird.
okay.
But I do so much. How do I do it? Yeah, I probably spend too much time at my laptop doing things, and Austin will tell me off. But actually, I do practice what I preach. So I see my girlfriends like Sandra and Debs. I got a whole bunch of girlfriends IRL in real life who are my support system. We support one another. We're all in our 50s. We're all going through it. And so we go out partying, coffees, whatever. So I see all of my girlfriends as much as possible. And I also have my family life. So I care for my elderly mother as well. And she's incredible actually. I've been really lucky to win. Lucky, and I've worked hard, but I've won some awards, and I was given an honorary doctorate by my alma mater a few months ago.
Mm,
And in every single acceptance speech, I talk about my mother, because my mother is the woman who made me, who's given me all the strength and the self-belief and the confidence to just go and do what I want to do, and what makes me happy in my life. So without her backing, her endorsement, her love, her support, I could not do this. So, when me and her hang out, we have a laugh, but also, it's like
Yeah,
it's a
mother
little
and
bit of
daughter,
stubbornness there.
mother
It's a
and
little bit,
daughter.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's so
But she's
beautiful.
amazing. She's just turned 90. So
Wow, bless
yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah. She's
That's
great. She's great.
amazing.
Mm,
I want to
mm.
talk a little bit about your podcast. It's amazing the
Yeah,
episode that you have on there.
yeah,
Midlife Messy and Marvellous.
yeah.
It's a great work. So out of all these women, yes, exactly, that you interview, is there one story that stays with you?
Oh my gosh,
Because
everybody's got
you
such
had
incredible
such
stories.
amazing, yes.
Yeah, they really have. And I'm also I'm weird and stupid doing a podcast at the same time because I was just like, yeah, let me do a podcast and speak to these great women. So for viewers in Britain, they will probably know. Like today, I'm dropping an episode with Beverly Knight, who is the
Wow.
singer, West
Oh
End
my God, I
star.
love her.
Beverly Knight, yeah, I got
Oh
her
my God.
episode. I'm just
Oh,
approving the episode. Gonna upload it, Jace. So
when
good.
is it? Oh
It's
my goodness.
coming. It's coming this evening, and it's her birthday today.
I love, love, love Beverly
She
Knight.
is incredible. And
Oh,
everything we've just been talking about, Jace, and for everybody watching, like she talks about self advocacy over her health. Everything
mm,
she does about her health, some crazy stories she's had about how menopause has affected her on stage.
okay.
It's crazy. So there's her story. I've got two more episodes coming up after, one with Syra Khan, who was on The Apprentice and Loose Women.
Yeah.
Brenda Edwards was my first episode, so she's a loose
Yeah. That
woman and a
was so
West
great.
End star, and
Yeah.
she thrived. She basically looked after herself as best she could as a single mom. And how she's navigated the cancer and grief, and through everything she's been through, she's
Uh,
still a positive, confident, happy woman. She's like, you just got to keep going. You just got to live life the best you can, give back, just all of the
yeah.
stories. And there's
Yeah.
also a doctor, an NHS GP, Ellie, who's written a whole book about HRT, and she answers so many
Um,
questions that we all have about should I, shouldn't I? Are there
mhm,
natural remedies? What are the hormones? How do they work? Why do we need HRT? Why should we consider it? All that.
mhm. That's amazing because I myself been avoiding HRT because of
Okay.
all of the things that I've heard about it.
Mm,
So
mm.
can't wait
Yeah,
to
definitely. Yeah, listen
yeah,
to that
can't wait.
because we've all
Yeah.
been put off by the data around the risks, but she does talk about the reality, um, the data upon which some of those risks were predicated was flawed, and she goes
Mhm.
into that in more detail. She's the doctor. Listen to her, and then ultimately you decide wherever you want, right? Whatever's right for you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Oh my goodness. Beverly Knight. I
Oh yeah,
can't
Bev.
wait. Oh,
She's
I
literally
love,
come.
love,
If
love
I
her.
could, if I could turn my monitor round, there's
Yeah.
literally a picture of her here. I'm
Oh,
just
I
going through
love
the
this
final
woman.
episode, then I'm uploading it. She
Yeah.
is.
Love her. Oh, to beat. Oh, okay. Let's come back to you. And is there what is the biggest lesson you've learned about just being yourself on YouTube? Because
Mm,
as you said, being a TV presenter for the news and all of that, it was about telling the stories of others. And now, you know, it's telling your story.
mm,
So is there a lesson that you've learned
yeah.
being here?
I'm so glad I'm doing it, and I'm learning to settle more into myself on
Hmm.
screen. And there's a big reason why I thought about trying this, and I also I write like a weekly Substack as well. For me, it is about legacy,
Hmm.
and this is going to sound odd. Well, I don't know. I don't have children. We Oz and Oz doesn't have any children, so we don't have children. Um, and so I'm thinking like, so what sort of footprint do I leave on the world? And I thought, well, yeah, you've got your news reports. Well, but they aren't you. Where is you, and how would anybody learn a bit more about the life I led and the women I tried to help and inspire and coach and teach and send off onto their own journeys? where is that? And I'm driven by legacy, really, to leave something behind of
Mm,
me,
yeah.
because I don't have kids to go, well, I'm your legacy, Marv. And it's quite, gets me a bit um so yeah, that's what I've learned, that it's important to think about how what your legacy is, and what impact you'll
That's
have on the world.
so
Mm.
beautiful what you're
Oh,
sharing, you know? It's
thank you.
very beautiful. When my mom passed away, there's something that stays with me is that today I can't have hear her voice anymore. We didn't
Mhm,
record it or see
mm,
her moving
mm.
in a video, right? And
Yeah.
somehow I felt like leaving those videos behind, my great grandkid or even my nephew. I feel like, in Africa we said every woman is a mom to someone,
Mm, mm.
to your nephew, to your, because we are that caring
Yeah.
uh, nature. So
Yeah.
we have nurture and mothered somebody, you know. So very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. You're so right.
Yeah.
It's some of the young women who I've taught, because I used to lead a journalism department at a university, and some of the young women who are working out there in the field of journalism and having great careers, I feel like their auntie or their big
Yeah.
sis, and I'm
Yeah.
proud. I'm so proud, and I imagine that's how it feels. If you have a daughter, if you have a son, and you see them excelling, and there's this
Absolutely.
feeling in your heart of, I just want the best for them. And
Yeah.
I'll say, look, just if you need me anytime. I'm like that with all the young journalists, men and women that I meet, and I do so much mentoring and unofficial mentoring, because I want to help. I want to help others. Yeah.
There you go. That's why we say it's a village that raise,
Mm.
So, all right. Marv, do you think that there's still subject that us over 50 we don't talk enough about or we're
Oh my
afraid to talk
gosh.
about? And are we
Oh.
enough represented on YouTube or,
Mm.
here?
I think the midlife community on YouTube is
Mhm.
thriving. It really is. And I've read some data somewhere, and don't quote me on it, but I've read that not only are people over 50 the fastest growing community of viewers in terms of
Excellent.
audience on YouTube, not only are we that, but we
Yeah.
are the fastest growing demographic of creators.
Yeah, that's amazing. When I started, I was trying to find people
Mhm,
of our age that were known. That
mm,
was 25 years old. There
mhm,
was, it was very difficult. It's true. Now there's
mm.
so many of us,
Yeah,
and
it
that's
honestly,
amazing.
it is
Oh,
amazing. I mean, I find, or did I just see, I just saw someone come up that I know, that I know.
Dora's
It's
here.
Dora!
Dora is here. Where's Dora?
Hey,
Dora is here. She's in Bali right now.
Rosie!
There's also Chef Blondie's who's here. She's
Chef
amazing.
Blondie. Oh, I
Yeah,
love that name.
yeah.
Exquisite taste. I'm gonna have to go and check out this
And
channel.
she's like, everyone is over 50 over here. Right, right. I can't let you go before talking about something about traveling because here we're talking about traveling, and I've heard that you're going to the Caribbean, a Caribbean break. Please tell
Yes,
me. I always wanted to go. Where
yes.
are you going?
So excited, honestly. So we are going to Barbados.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Oh, I'd love to go to that place. Is it the first time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And the story is that we were actually due to go to Florida at the end, or maybe like this time next month.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided, doesn't feel quite that safe
Mm,
geopolitically to be in the air.
yeah.
And I know, everybody's got their own decision to make on that, but we thought no. And we were going to go with our friends who go to the Caribbean at least once a year, have done for the last 15 years. And
Mhm.
they've been to I think all of the Sandals resorts in the Caribbean. And we were like, and for Austin and I this year, it is our 15th wedding anniversary, and we're also celebrating 20 years of being together.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So we thought, well, why don't we push the holiday further down the year and change it, and look at the cost for sandals, and there we are. We're off. We're going to Barbados
Amazing.
for the
Please
first
bring
time ever.
pictures and share the
I think we're
oh.
going to be making some content out there.
Yes, please do. Please do. We'll travel through you because
Oh my
Barbados
gosh.
always wanted to go. It's on my list. I don't know when I will be able to go, but yeah, amazing.
And it's something that we'd talked about for many, many years, but it costs, right? It is
It does.
expensive to go. And
Yeah.
the only reason we managed it is because we had already we'd paid off Florida. So there was already money towards it. So it was us paying a bit more on top. Um, but also it's been 2008 was the 2008, was the last time we'd ever been to the Caribbean, and we went to Jamaica,
Okay.
which is where my family's from, although I don't have any surviving family there.
Okay.
But I took Austin that year for a special birthday. And so we've never been to the Isles since. And we just thought, anniversary, what better occasion to
Yeah.
celebrate in that
de-
beautiful place? Beautiful place.
Definitely. We have a friend there, Team Kimberly Gibson. She's also on YouTube and she's
Oh
right now there.
my gosh.
Because she's
Okay.
from Barbados, so I always tell
Send
her,
me the link to her
you
channel.
I know, you live in paradise. Definitely, I need to put you in touch with her.
Yeah.
Marv, do you think that at our age we travel differently than when we were in our 30s, more intentionally?
Yeah, I think so. I guess I can only think of it from my own situation. So when I was younger, even before meeting Austin, it would be the cheap break. I would be in the 1 star, the 2 star. Maybe it's my fault. I'm a bit more bougie now because I think
I mean, it
as
comes
you
with
get older,
age.
you have a bit more money. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and or you are more intentional about your stays, and you think, yeah, maybe I'll just pay that bit more for that luxury or that next step up.
yeah,
Um, and you consider your choices. I think, or that's what I've done, much more deliberately. And I've done the camping in a tent, in a field, in a yurt. I've been in the 2 star hotel in Turkey,
yeah.
awful, with friends, 4 of us in
Mm.
a room, because it cost us like £200 for a week
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Turkey. I've
yeah.
done all of that, and I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying on the channel is like I'm upgrading
Yeah,
my
yeah,
travel. I've
yeah.
done all of that.
Yeah.
Now I want a bit of luxuries. Okay. I
Oh,
deserve it. And my body is gonna thank me. Okay. So
exactly. I love, look, Julie Jordan Scott's just gone, I've got more bougie too. I'm like,
oh hey
yes,
Julie. I love
yes,
Julie. Hey,
yes,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely. We have to, Julie. We deserve it. We deserve it. We work hard for it. So yeah.
Yeah, and so
So
we've kind of moved that way with our holidays, just because, and also actually health wise, my back has been really just playing up like crazy since the beginning of the year, and I had a period of about 2 3 weeks where I had a lot of like involuntary spasms, which made it
oh
really difficult for me to even walk, sit, stand.
oh wow.
And so, I don't want to sleep on the floor or on the really hard
And
bed. I want
comfortable
the
bed,
comfort.
yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that. So,
Mm,
do you have an advice for women that still find it, like, a bit scared to travel, right? What would you say
mm.
to someone who is nervous of booking that big trip, who
Oh my
has it on
gosh.
their bucket list, but, still hesitating about it?
It depends on what the hesitation is, because the the trip that you want, your trip of a lifetime, usually is going to cost. So
Yeah.
I think if you can find a way of squirreling away some money each month to get to the point where now you can look at that pot of money and go,
Mhm.
let's go. And also it depends on if you want to go solo or if you're going with someone. I I've not done a solo. I'm trying to think if I've done a solo trip abroad for leisure. I've done solo trips abroad for work, which is a
Hmm.
different whole different thing.
Yeah.
I know friends who have done solo trips abroad for leisure, and they have made sure in some way they've connected with groups, whether they've gone with a special group as an organized holiday, or they've gone on kind of tours when they've got to the location. So they're always mixing with people. Maybe that's the way
That's
to
a
do
great
it, if,
point.
to kind of take a bit of the fear out of it, so you feel like you're going to a destination, you're meeting people, you're meeting the tour guide, and you might meet friends that then you will see later on in the holiday, that sort of thing. Find a way to make it more comfortable for yourself around saving the money, going to the destination, making sure you're connecting with people and seeing local sights and sounds when you get there, but make it easy for yourself to do. That's what I would say around the fear. Um, just put as much in place for yourself, so that then you can do it and enjoy it. And
Yeah.
if you want, and if that involves you challenging yourself in some way, do it. But if you're not ready to challenge yourself by going wholly alone without connecting anyone, you don't have to. Not today. There's so many options, aren't there, Jace,
Mhm.
in terms of like group trips for solo women? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
And that's a very good point. If it's the first time you travel, or maybe the place you're going, you're a bit fearful about it, going as a
Mm.
group in a group trip is actually something that's amazing because you're not alone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what I
without a
can
doubt.
say that you are never alone, even when you travel solo, because I'm a solo traveler. You
Yeah,
always
you're the
meet
queen of
people.
this.
Yeah, you always meet people, as a art center, as a museum, you always connect with other traveler. So I actually want to ask you, can you tell us three, you know, things that are on your bucket list if you have one? Places where
Mhm.
you absolutely want to go, three of them. What would that be?
Yeah. I would love to, even though, like I said, I haven't got family, relatives, no surviving relatives in Jamaica. I know kind of the area and the parish and so on where my mum and dad are from. So I'd like to explore that somehow in
Mm,
Jamaica.
okay.
How there's a way I might be able to, because one of my good friends has got lots of friends, sort of family out in Jamaica. So it would just be trying to coordinate that to then see if I could go out with them or they could take me there. I'd just like to explore
Yeah.
where they're from. Um, Also, I've got a bee in my bonnet about Japan and like
Mm.
Tokyo. Friend of mine went last year on her own, um, but I think she went to a convention. I think it might have been Star Wars or something. There was some kind of cool convention. So she was on a destination trip, and there's something about that city. It's so vibrant when you see it on TV
It's
shows and on movies,
amazing.
and just the
It is.
difference in the culture. I would love that.
Yeah.
And Australia and New Zealand are interesting. I've got friends in New Zealand who left Birmingham. They emigrated from Birmingham maybe 15 years ago, maybe more, because we went to their wedding, maybe more. And so they've raised a family there, and I'd love to see what that part of the world is like, and also pop in on Kaz. Kaz, YouTube
Yeah.
over 40, our girl. She's in NZ, right?
Absolutely. And we have Dora in the house. She's in from
Yeah.
Australia as well.
Oh my
We have
gosh, what
friends
did I go wrong?
everywhere,
It's so
Marv.
good, isn't it? Yeah,
So we know
right?
where to go. We have friends. When I
Yeah,
went to Spain, I
yeah.
had Mary there.
Marie, yeah,
Mary,
right.
right?
Oh
Who
gosh.
hosted me. So we have
Yeah,
friends. And if you
yeah.
want to come to the UK, come over.
Come, girls,
Uh,
come. We'll look after
so
you.
let me quickly go to our friend messages here. Pernia says,
Amazing.
yes to a little bit of luxury when traveling.
Mm,
Yes.
mm, mm,
Okay.
mm, Yeah.
Julie, and getting a good sleep is so important. Very much indeed. So much
Oh,
more today. Yeah.
oh, and
Uh,
thank you. Dora's going. She's going. I'm talking about sleep. I'm off to bed. It's midnight in Bali. She's in
oh,
Bali. How cool.
yeah, she's in Bali. I was supposed to be there
Wow.
with her, but life decided
Oh
otherwise. Never mind.
man.
Long
Another
story.
time. Another
Yeah,
time.
another time. Thank you so much for being here, my friend, and have a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
So,
And Nicole
uh,
says, I meet more people when I'm solo. I love
it
it.
is true. I
Yeah.
so agree
Yeah.
with that because that's what happened. I met the most people when I travel solo. It's crazy,
Mm, mm, mm.
So, right. Well, Marv, that's been amazing,
It's been
spending that little
fun.
hours with you. Where can our friend find you?
Right.
Follow you,
Midlife with
support
Marv
you.
on YouTube.
Okay.
Come and join me there.
Okay.
There's a link to my podcast on that as well. If you go to Midlife with Marv, and you've put up my Substack as well.
Yeah.
I put all of those other links where you can go and read my weekly email. They're all
Yeah.
on my Midlife with Marv channel too. So
I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
Yeah.
be great. Thank
And
you. Just
everything
come
is
and say
gonna be
hello, and I'll say hello back.
absolutely, and everything is going to be is in the description, guys. I've linked all Marv's different links, okay, where you can go to a
Oh, thank you.
podcast. Everything is there, okay. So feel free, please go and follow Marv because she has so many amazing story to tell. And oh my God, I can't wait for Beverly Night.
Oh my
I'm still
gosh.
there. I'm still there.
I'll message you when it's dropping. I'll message you
I
when
know.
it's
Please
dropping.
do. Please do. Tell her that she is loved. Oh no, you've already seen her, but
Oh,
that,
but
oh my
I'm going to
goodness.
message her actually just to say, because I
Yeah,
need to message her to go, happy birthday, and how's
yeah,
your day going? And your episode's out, and everybody loves you.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
She's an amazing woman.
Mm.
Ma'am, honestly, thank you so much. It's been a beautiful conversation.
Well,
I know you
thank
are a
you,
busy
Jase. Thank
woman.
you.
So for taking the time to come here and share, a bit of you with us, that was really amazing. I have just a few questions for our friends here, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
In the comment and you in the replay, I have three questions for you. The first one is, what's on your bucket list? Okay, name one or your biggest dream on your bucket list. Number two, where are you traveling next?
yeah. Mm.
Okay, it doesn't have to be to the end of the world. I was in Birmingham 2 weeks ago to see Marv, and that was
Yeah,
such an amazing
it
time.
was great.
We did what did we do? We did
We
the
did the walking
walking,
tour.
and that was so good.
It was
Even you
amazing.
born there, you discover more things, isn't it?
Right, yeah, there were so many things I learned about the city that I was born in that I didn't know. That's the beauty
Yeah,
of doing it, really, isn't it?
yeah.
You know, and exploring the city. We met Angela, we had lunch.
Yeah. Oh,
Fabulous.
Angela was amazing. We had lunch and all.
Mm,
And yeah,
mm,
we need to do that again.
yeah,
We need
please.
to travel to, I don't know, the next city in England somewhere, maybe
Yeah.
Manchester or something.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, and the third one is, what habit are you leaving behind this year? Okay. If you remember, go on Marv's channel where she talks about the six habits, right?
The six
Um,
disgusting bad habits,
disgusting.
I called them. It's crazy.
Disgusting. Yes. Which one are you leaving behind this year, guys? Okay. So please go watch the video that Marv did. It's a magnificent video and it will inspire you. Okay.
Oh,
So
thank you
drop
so
all
much.
that in the comment, and anytime, when you come back from the Caribbean, from Barbados, please come and share.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
come and share
Yes.
with
Yes.
pictures and everything, so we
Without
can
a doubt.
travel through through your experience.
Without a
So,
doubt. And thank you so much, Jace,
my
because
pleasure.
your channel's incredible. What you do here is incredible, like a platform for all of us.
Thank you
And
so
you're
much.
such a good friend. And I'm blessed to know you. And it was wonderful to hang out with you when you came to Birmingham a few weeks ago. We've got to do it again. So mwah, I feel like you're a
100%.
sister.
Oh, I know. Same. Thank you so much. And is there anything that you want to, share? The floor is yours.
Share, just go to my channels, look at my channel, look at the podcast. I'd love you to have a look at the podcast and just have a listen to some of the other experiences of incredible women who are thriving. They're just so inspirational, and it's the way that they've kind of overcome their trauma and barriers and all that sort of thing to still thrive. I think we can learn a lot from the other ladies, that I speak to in my podcast.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, my friend, thank you so much for all of you for being here with us. Nicole,
Oh,
Mary,
Nicole, thank you.
Pernia, Dora, Julie. Am I missing anybody? Please, Celia, Amy. So many of you have been here to support us. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already subscribed to Marv's channel, please go over there, and we share the love between the communities. So, all right,
Oh,
love
thanks,
you
my
all,
darling. Thanks,
Marv.
Nicole. Thanks,
All the very
Jace.
best.
Take
And
care.
oh wait, there's somebody that's sending a
Oh,
message. I'm 27.
Sirene.
Oh wow.
Oh, thanks, Sirene. I love watching this channel. My mum's in her early 50s, and I always think this lifestyle would be such a benefit to her, traveling more and stuff. Sirene, oh, that's lovely. Oh, Jace, it's one of your fans. So yeah, well,
Yeah,
listen, Sirene, you can do the traveling, and I'm sure your mom will be like going, oh yeah, I'll come with you. Do
absolutely. Yeah, 27. That's a beautiful age.
you know what? I
Thank
got
you.
that wrong. It's Sirene. It's Sirene Lawal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sirene. Yeah,
My mom is in her 50, and I always think this lifestyle would be such a benefit for her. It would be, honestly. It would be.
yeah, yeah.
Traveling is something that's so amazing, opens so much and brings so much joy
Oh my
that
God,
take
without a
her with
doubt.
you, encourage her to travel and send her over here, so she will be inspired because I got inspired by other women here as well. Guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. And see you next week with, I don't know, anyway, with more wonderful guests. Marv, it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Jace.
Love you.
Likewise. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Bye.